This is Agency Launch. This is a show where I talk about what it's like to be an insurance agency owner. All right, we talk about things like marketing and staffing and sales and customer service and everything else in between. Because if you can do those four core things well, you'll make it. Speaking of, I've got a new program that I'm launching in 4 weeks from yesterday. It's going to launch Monday, January 12th. So if you want to get in on this, shoot me a text to my texting community at 208-213-8809. It's going to be a monthly program where we're going to sit down twice a month, and we're going to talk about all the fundamental things that you need to do well to be an insurance agency owner. Okay, we're going to start with pipeline building right out the gate. We're going to go in and we're going to hit life insurance on month 2 so you can hit your goals. We're going to talk about staffing, a lot of stuff on staffing, motivating, delegating, hiring, firing, how to build the right team around you. We're going to talk about how to manage your time. We're going to talk about how to spend your money, what you should spend it on, budgeting. I want you to be a good business owner. I just don't want you to be good at just a good insurance agent. I want you to be a good business owner, and that's what I'm going to teach. And it's $199 a month, all right? I'm giving it away. So I'd love to see you in there and help you achieve what you want to achieve next year. Okay. With all that being said, I wanted to talk today about something pretty simple, but something that I've been talking to agents that I coach quite a bit. It's come up a number of times, so I wanted to bring it up to you. And it's about setting deadlines. All right. Deadlines are a motivating factor in many things that we do. I just don't think we think about it very often. You have a lot of deadlines, right? There might be a folio deadline. There's a cutoff on when you have to write a certain amount of business. There's payroll. There's a deadline for payroll. Your numbers reset every month. You might get bonused based on how you perform, and there's a deadline to that. Deadlines are everywhere. But what I want you to be mindful of is using deadlines to your advantage in your agency. Okay, so where I see it needed to be used more is with your team. If your team is not doing what you want them to be doing, sometimes I talk to some agents, I'm like, well, I gave them 3 or 4 tasks to do, and they haven't done them yet. Okay, my first question is, well, did you give them a deadline? Usually the answer is no, but it can be something that can just change the whole thing. Hey man, I need this done by noon. I need this one done by the end of the day. This one just needs to be done by the end of the week. Okay. So give your people deadlines. Now, when it comes down to quotes, and we're talking about production, I work a lot with agents on making sure their team is producing. And a lot of times we set goals for their producers to write a certain amount of business, right? If they're not writing that proper amount of business, the first metric is we look at quoting, right? How much are you quoting in a month? The quoting number is always lower, than it should be, right? If they're not hitting their number, this quoting number should be agreed upon with your producer when you hire them, before you hire them. Hey, just so you know, you're going to need to do 3 quotes a day. I swear. That number is pretty universal, by the way. If someone on your team can do 3 formal quotes a day, they'll make it. Anyway, there's a deadline to that. I need 3 quotes by the end of the day. I need 15 quotes by the end of the week. I need 60 quotes by the end of the month. So when it comes to holding your team accountable, giving them deadlines goes a long way. Can be the same thing for if you want to do contests, right? Hey, we're going to do a contest starting next week. It's just going to be for 1 week. I'm working with an agent right now. I said, hey, you need to do 50 quotes with your agency next week because we got to fill your pipeline. So they have a week to do 50 quotes. That's 10 a day between 2 people. And I'm excited for them. It's a little bit different. It's going to, their focus is going to be very laser focused, but I'm excited for them. That's going to give them a goal and a deadline. And those 2 things can be the beginning of a formula that's really going to work for you. So I know this sounds basic, but it doesn't get put in play enough. Specifically, again, when it comes to staff. If your staff isn't doing anything, I'm lucky. Like my team, if you guys can get this, if you can get this to happen in your agency, you know, if you're going to be delegating to your team, when I delegate to my team, whatever I give them to do goes to the top of their list. That just naturally happened in my agency. I didn't ask for that, but if you want to, you can deploy that strategy. Hey, if I forward you something, it means I want it done next. Okay. Unless what? Unless I give you a different deadline. You know, I'm not a tyrant, right? I'm not gonna be like, hey, if I forward you something to do, it doesn't have to be, most of it doesn't have to be done immediately. It's just the way that my team responds to my delegating. And if it's something that is either a larger project or if it's something that is not urgent, I'll tell them, hey, just make sure this gets done by, and then you insert a deadline, right? So I just want you to be aware of this simple thing that you may not be doing because it can make a difference. So think about if your team is not performing the way you want it to, start instituting deadlines. That's my message for you today. We're going to keep it short and sweet. So thank you so much for listening. Do me a favor, send me a text 208-213-8809. It will get you in my texting community. Send me the word free, F-R-E-E, and I'll send you a resource that's loaded with a bunch of free stuff from vetted professionals in the industry that are here to help you out. Okay. And don't forget, I got a new program coming. I'll tell you all about it if you ask me via text. I'll hook you up. You're going to want to get in on this. We're going to have a lot of fun next year. We're going to work hard, play hard. Let's get after it. Thank you so much for listening. Keep up the good work.